So in this video, I want to make you aware of some very scammy and misleading things that are happening to people with Medicare Advantage plans. It's happening at an alarming rate, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be getting any better. This recently happened to two of my clients, so I'm going to share their stories with you, and then we're going to talk about what we're doing to protect them in the future so it doesn't happen again. But before I continue, I want to talk to you about what might happen if you become a victim of one of these misleading schemes. First off, you could have a disruption in your medical care because if your doctors aren't in the plan that someone moved you to, and they're not in the network, then you won't be able to go visit them. Second, you might be blindsided with medical bills because you unknowingly used out-of-network providers or hospital networks. And to make things worse, the next trip to the pharmacy, you can see your prescription drug costs go up because the formulary is different. So why is this happening? In my opinion, this is happening because the Medicare Advantage system has failed, creating an environment where insurance companies and insurance brokers can change your Medicare Advantage plans multiple times a year. As a broker, I have access to the government portal on the cms.gov website that's operated by the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. I use the portal to check eligibility for Medicare beneficiaries. But there's one part of this website that continues to blow my mind, and it's where you can see how many times someone has had their Medicare Advantage plan changed over multiple years. I've seen people who've had their Medicare Advantage plan changed 8 times in 1 year. I'm like, who does that? When or why would anyone need to change their plan 8 times in a year? Pretty much nobody. So it's basically a free-for-all where the insurance companies plot against each other to market better dental plans or better over-the-counter benefits to win customers. And all this does is lead to bad behavior by agents or brokers who are compensated based on someone switching. As Charlie Munger has said, if you show me the incentive, I'll show you the result. And it's pretty obvious to me that the incentives have created a horrible result for Medicare beneficiaries. So now that my rant's over, I just want to talk about why I'm so upset. So this morning, one of my clients called me because she got a phone call from Humana notifying her that her plan had been changed and she was confused. So I immediately checked the Center for Medicare Services website to see if she had been moved, and sure enough, she had been moved from Humana to Aetna. Earlier this month, we reviewed her options, checked her doctors and medications, and based on a review, it made the most sense to stay with Humana. And just so you know, I represent Aetna, so it doesn't really matter to me which company she uses, but what does matter is which plan has all of her preferred doctors in the network, the lowest prescription costs, and the other ancillary benefits. So I asked her if she remembered any phone calls where she went through an enrollment process, and she said no, but she did say that somebody called her promising her a $1,400 food card as a benefit if she was to switch her plans. She remembers the call clearly, but she said that she never went through the enrollment process. So then I asked her if she gave the person that called her Medicare ID number, and she said yes, so that right there is likely the root cause of the problem, because when somebody has your Medicare ID number, they can enroll you in a new plan without your knowledge, which is illegal, and unethical, but it's really becoming not all that uncommon. So apparently this agent took her information and enrolled her into this plan without her knowing, and even worse is the fact when I looked at the summary of benefits for the plan, this plan doesn't even have a food card benefit. And it's just insane to me. This person just completely lied and then signed her up for a different plan. And to be clear about these Medicare Advantage plans with these food card benefits, they're typically only available for people on Medicare and Medicaid, but these call centers lead with these big benefits to lure you away from your current plan. So here's how it works. You'll get a phone call from someone in a foreign country. They do this because these overseas call centers aren't regulated, and they'll lead with something like this. It looks like you might qualify for a $1,400 food and utility card. Do you currently have your Medicare Parts A and B? If you say yes, they're going to transfer you to an agent in the U.S. who then pushes you to change plans. Stories like this are the main reason why I wrote the book Medicare Secrets that you can find on Amazon. I wrote it to highlight how important it is to have an insurance broker that you can trust to help you with these decisions every year. But even better if you can have someone that's also a licensed financial advisor like myself that by law has to act in your best interest. What I've realized is a lot of individuals on Medicare Advantage plans have never really had an advisor that they can trust to help them understand these plans and guide them to what's best for their situation. Even last year, I had a gentleman who had cancer, and all of his doctors were at the University of California, San Diego hospital system, who had his plan changed without him even knowing. The plan he was switched to didn't have the University of San Diego hospital system or any of the doctors in its network. Luckily, we were able to figure this out before he had to go to the doctor, and we were able to contact the insurance company and get him switched back to the proper plan and report this agent to Medicare. So that's just another example highlighting what can happen if your information gets into the wrong hands, and things can happen without you even knowing it. So what are the three most common ways I see Medicare beneficiaries getting scammed or misled? Number one are the ads that you see on TV. These are the last place you want to get advice from. These are the ads that you see promising all the extra benefits. These are just huge call centers or marketers that are going to sell your information, and they're just in the business of doing whatever they can to switch plans so they can start receiving the commission. Two, if you fill out lead cards that you get in the mail or that you fill out online, it's impossible to know, but this information can be sold to countless agents. So if you're ever wondering why your phone is ringing off the hook, this might be the reason why. And if your information gets into the wrong person's hands, your chances of something bad happening gets even worse. And three, more recently, we've been seeing agents impersonating insurance companies or insurance brokers in an effort to extract your personal information. So what can we learn from this, and how can you protect yourself? Number one, you should never give your Medicare ID number or Social Security number to anyone unless they're your insurance broker, the insurance company, or your financial advisor. Two, if you have an agent or broker, you should have their email or direct phone number. Save that information in your phone so that you'll know when they're calling you. If you have any questions or concerns about your current plan or what's available out there, you should contact them directly. Three, be careful of anyone offering big benefits in an attempt to getting you to switch insurance companies. If these benefits are available, we likely have a relationship with that company and can help you make that decision. Four, I've personally invested in technology that alerts us to any changes in your Medicare plans so you can have peace of mind that these things can mostly be avoided. But not all agents or brokers have that. Five, if you don't have an insurance broker or licensed financial advisor, you should find one that you can trust and do your due diligence. As a registered investment advisory firm, I have to provide annual public disclosures that you could get all on the website finra.org. And you can also find my state insurance license information on the State Department of Insurance websites. Additionally, I've also been recommending to my clients that they add me as an authorized representative with Medicare. That way I can help them directly with any billings, claims, or prior authorization issues. But most importantly, if any of these clients have something like this happen to them, I can talk directly to the insurance companies on their behalf to clean up any messes that might have occurred. As always, the reason I put out this content is to help you cut through all the nonsense and help you the best that I can. We're always available to help you, so if you'd like to become a client, you can click the link below or head over to danielbragg.com to schedule an appointment, or give me a call at 866-788-4099. Your information will never be sold, and I'll be reaching out to you personally. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye.